So, Coach Sweeney,
Yes.
maybe the people in Greece doesn't know you, but you are the coach behind of Giannis. You are the guy responsible for the progress of Giannis from the first moment here, if I'm not wrong. So you know many secrets, you know everything about his progress, about his work ethic. Giannis is talking all the time about you to his friends. I have experienced that. I saw you the summer during the Antetokounmpo event in Athens. You were making, work sessions with Giannis. We were watching the practice of the Greek national team, adding some practice to Gianni. So it's very interesting to tell us about him, about his work ethic, about his progress, and how is he like a player in the practice and like a human being.
Okay, well, we'll start with the work ethic. And just to go to your point, he's responsible for himself. We all help, but the players are the ones that do the work. And I think it starts with that. If you're going to go further back, he's obviously raised very well. It's been instilled in him through his parents and through his family to work hard. When you want to be a great player or a true champion, you need that deeper motivation to put in the extra time, and he definitely has that. So it's really easy to work with someone like that because there's not the constant push. He's the one who's pushing. So that's the first part. As a player in practice, when you're looking at your team and what you want from your best players, you want the intensity, you want the concentration, you want the commitment to get better each day. Daily improvement in anything you're doing, but especially in basketball, is really important. If you're not growing, you're dying, to use the old analogy. And so if you're trying to get a little bit better each day and take a step to get better each day, ultimately that's going to help you and it's going to help the team. So as a player in practice, most days, all days, that's kind of what he brings, is that willingness and desire to get better, to try and take it a step further. As a human being, whether it's on or off the court, I think his commitment to his team and to his family and to the people he cares about is second to none. And he puts a lot into trying to help. And one of the big things, to get better, the more you give, the more you receive. And so with him, he's a giver, gives energy, gives help, gives to those around him. And so ultimately you see that through how he plays and obviously the things that he's received throughout his life.
I think it's a big distance to be a good player to a leader, and a big distance to be a leader from great player, and a big distance to be great player for gold player. That's the full time. So what's the mentality of Giannis and the elements that Giannis has deep inside him, and what's your prediction about him as he grows at the next, let's say, 5 seasons, 5 years?
Well, I think one of the things that's important is as you try to develop from surviving in the NBA to being a good player in the NBA to a great player and to a leader, like you said, you can't skip steps. So it's a step-by-step process, and there's a formula to success that you have to follow, and he does a very, very good job of being diligent and committed to that. However, one of the questions that you can ask yourself is, why take a 5-year plan when you could take a 2 or a 3-year plan? And I think that comes from his work ethic. You've seen what some guys may do over 5 seasons. He's made gains quicker because of his willingness to commit to each step and do them as hard and as well as he can. I'm not very good at predicting, but what I am good at is looking at today and trying to get the most out of today. And I think the one thing is, if you have a vision and you have a goal, or a concrete vision, one that you can see very clearly, it allows you to stay focused and stay motivated and commit to what you need to do each day. And I think that's one of the things that you're seeing from him. Where that goes, what that turns into, it's tough to say at this point. But regardless of the player, regardless of the person, you want to have a vision, you want to have a goal, and then each day you want to take a step towards executing and actualizing that goal.
We know that you're working with him every day. Is he developing at the moment some moves that we haven't seen yet in the games? Some type of moves, I don't know, the low post or some fadeaways, or I don't know, some things that we will see in the near future, and he's already working in practice, but we haven't seen the games.
Yeah, every day, you're working on, you have a foundation, and then you build up from there. So there's certain things within your game you always want to play to your strengths, cover up your weaknesses, improve upon those weaknesses, so then those weaknesses become your strengths. So whether that's adding a new move, whether it's adding something to your game that maybe you previously hadn't seen, that's what you're trying to do each day. So there's all areas of offense. You want to be as multi-talented as you can. So you want to be able to dribble, you want to be able to pass, you want to be able to shoot. And all that you're doing for the purpose of the team, to try and help the team. So with what the team needs, you're always trying to improve upon your own individual skills. So whether that's in the low post, which we've seen him do more this year, whether it's handling the ball out on the perimeter, we've seen more this year. But you're trying to work on your individual skills, your positional skills, and obviously he plays all over the floor. He's positionless, so the amount that he's working on is more. And then you're working on your team concepts, each part of what you're doing. I think, so each day that's what you're trying to do, is build your individual game, within the teamwork, the team framework.
There is a big talk in the NBA, not only in the NBA, about his shooting ability, especially for three-point range. I think we saw a lot of improvement in free throws, and also in mid-range shoot the last couple of months. What Coach Sweeney believes about his three-point ability now in the future?
I think he'll be an excellent three-point shooter. I think his mechanics, his fundamentals are sound. I think the more repetitions he has, the better. You think about your principles of learning. Repetition is a very big part of learning. The more you do, the better you get. But the biggest thing to me is be a basketball player. If that's shooting an open shot, shoot the open shot. If that's driving the ball, drive the ball. If that's setting screens, set good screens. So regardless of what it is, you want to do it as well as you can. And I have no doubts that he will improve in every area of his game.
Something last, you are his personal trainer for so many years. You're coming with him in Athens. You have spent so much time with him. So try to remember, tell us, I don't know, the funny story or the strangest story or something that you will never forget from Giannis. It doesn't have to be inside basketball.
Well, I mean,
I'm sure you have some funny story.
In Athens, there were a lot of fun things. One of the cab drivers damn near killed about 10 people to try and get us where we were trying to go, because he wanted to get Giannis there so fast.
Where are you going?
To his club team.
Philadelphia, yeah.
Philadelphia, yeah. So we're trying to get there, and we were right by the Parthenon.
Yeah.
Down like the center of the city, and I was fearful for my life in the back of the cab as well, the people that were around there. So that was a pretty funny story, fun time. When he was younger, we used to sit next to each other on the plane, going from different city to city, and studying film, but also playing the game Hangman, like the little word games, and like Battleship, little things like that. So playing fun games like that. So to see him grow each year and each day and develop is something that's pretty enjoyable to see. Obviously there's a lot of new things, with the NBA, but just new things in life. And each year, each day, we all, as people, see new things, and there's always some kind of humor or something that you can take from it and try and remember and take forward with you.
Did he ever get mad with you because you pushed him so much in a personal session, or you told him something that he didn't like about his work or his development?
No, never. No, as a coach, you're always trying to push, and you're always trying to improve, and sometimes getting better takes a little bit of that. But in general, his ability to push himself helps coach.
And make your job easier.
It makes it a lot easier. The more intrinsically motivated players are, the easier it is to help them.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Very nice to talk to you. Good to see you again.